Hello guys, my name is Papa Aaron. Welcome to my YouTube channel. This is a school I'm trying to establish, and soon, if you continue subscribing and following me, we will grow this school. I'm passionate about teaching guitar. Beside playing and singing, I teach music. So please don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification bell so that when I upload something new, something that you might need to learn, it will just remind you. And like, subscribe and share. So I'm here to give beginners a concise guide, a very concise guide. There are people who have been telling me they have been having struggles. They know how to hold a chord or to change even the basic chords, three major chords, the 1, the 4, and the 5. You see? So maybe they know how to hold those basic chords, but they are not able to go along with a song with the same chords. So I decided today I'll just give you a concise guide, even though there are lessons which are supposed to precede this one. But I think this one will give you a guide to what you should expect next, or what you should practice right now before you go to the next lesson. So what I usually advise my students is to hum the note of the chord. And in any particular chord, the basic chords, which consist of 3 notes, they have 3 notes. There's a root note. The root note, which is what makes that key. The root note, for instance, when I play this chord, this note, or this one, or this one, that is the same note. It's just a difference in octave. If you don't understand the term, excuse me on that, you will come to understand what octave means. Although it's not something complicated. Octave means it's just the same tune, but different, okay, the same voice, different tunes. I think something like that. It's like that one is a bass, the other one is a higher. So if you listen to this one, it's high. This one is a bit lower. Yet this one is a bit lower than this, but it's the same voice. If you compare that one with this one, yeah, that's not the same voice. This is you hear? So there's a big difference. So that aside, I have digressed a little bit because I wanted to clarify on that term. So what I'm here to show you is how to master the voice of that chord. So I usually advise people to hum, my students to hum the note, the root note of that chord. The root note of this chord is this. You can choose to hum it as high as possible or at here. It's the same voice. It's the same voice. So you can choose, even if I touch here, I can still hum this one. That is the key of the song. If I were to change that key, even the humming changes. So here we go. If I change, so that is how to master the key. Now, if you master the key, that means when you are changing the progression, because that is precisely why I'm streaming this lesson. If you change, you are learning how to follow a song, which is the progression, you will not have a difficulty, because even other chords, they just sound kind of the same. So when you are singing a song, when a song is near that second voice, or is exactly at that voice, that's where you change the chord. Let me try to select a random song. Maybe I can use a song I used in another clip. Lord, I lift your name on high. I want you to listen there. Lord, I listen. Sometimes the song might not start in the same, the tune might not start in the same chord that you started. As long as you've gotten the key, that is exactly, so it's okay. But it might not sound exactly the root note, but it might sound the other notes of that particular chord. There are 3 notes. There are the root note, which in most cases we call it a melody or soprano, and there is alto and tenor. So it might start between those 3 notes. The song might start with one of them. So it might not start with particularly the root note. But once you have gotten the key, now you are ready to progress. So, Lord, I lift your name on high. You hear that chord? That chord is not this one. Yet I have 1, 4. So if you do, Lord, I lift your name on high, it's not blending. They are not merging. The chord is not sounding the same way you are singing. Lord, I lift your name on high. You hear? It's not that it's not there. It's here. Lord, I lift your name on high. I'm so glad you came to save us. I'm so glad you are in my right. So, I think that is one of the things I will leave you with. Start practicing that first before you go to complicated things. Try any other song. Ni wewe Bwana, ni wewe Bwana, ni wewe Bwana, ni wewe Bwana. Hakuna wa kufanana na Yesu, hakuna wa kufanana naye. You can try with any kind of song which most of them which are common. They are so basic. They don't need complicated chords. You can try most of them which are very common. Baby Jesus, I love you. You hear the tune? I love you. You are my savior. You are my savior. Every day, every day. You hear? It's not that much you play because you know all the chords. You just misapply chords because you know chords. If the song is not allowing you to put a chord, please be free not to use that chord until you get a position where you need to use that chord. Right now I'm not using in that song I've not used this 4 chord. I've not used this one. I've just used 1 and then 5. Baby Jesus, I love you, I love you. You are my savior. You can use it or you can decide to go back to 1. You are my savior every day. So if you don't feel comfortable using it, please first practice without it and then you come adding chord one by one. That's how you start. You practice the majors. Once you're comfortable, you add the 1 minor. Maybe you can add a 6. You can add a 7. You can add a 2. You can add a 3. And then you continue. And once you continue with the same path of practicing in the right way, this is not just practicing in the right way, you get it right, and that's how you become a master. So see you. Thank you. Subscribe, share and comment. Bye.